Your money has no job. Your money has no plan, because the financial statement for the majority of people looks like this. You make an income, and then you pay for your expenses, and then after you pay for your expenses, you wonder where all your money went. I want you to break out of this and create a job for every dollar that you earn. The simplest way that you can do this, and you can create your own version of this, this is just a simple way for you to start, is to follow something like my 75-15-10 plan, which says that from now on, every dollar that you earn is going to flow through this funnel. And this funnel says that 75 cents of every dollar that you earn is the maximum that you can spend. 15 cents out of every dollar that you earn from now on is the minimum that you are going to invest, and 10 cents out of every dollar that you earn from now on is the minimum that you save. Now, once you start doing this, you have created a system for your money, and you can automate this. Like, you can create multiple different bank accounts. And now you have a bank account for your checkings, your spending money. You have a bank account for your investment cash. Maybe this money is automatically invested. Maybe this money is sitting there waiting to be invested, just depending on what it is that you want to do. And then you have a separate bank account for your savings. And now what you can do is you create 3 different bank accounts, and you can create an automatic withdrawal. So now anytime you get paid, money automatically leaves, goes into the different bank accounts. This way, when Amazon has a sale on big screen TVs, you don't accidentally use your investment money or your savings money on that TV. The one thing that I want to mention about this is that your savings have to be done strategically, because anytime you are in a high inflationary environment, your savings are losing value to inflation. And so what you want to do now is you don't want to just save your money to save it. You don't want to save your money forever. You want to save your money strategically, and what that means is you want to create an emergency fund. And this could be anywhere between 3 months worth of expenses and a year's worth of expenses, depending on what your risk tolerance is. And once you save that savings fund, you don't save any more money, because now you have built the savings fund, and now you only save money if, one, for emergencies, but you save money for a big purchase, or you save money for an investment. If you're not saving money for one of these 3 reasons, you should not be saving this money. Instead, you should be putting it here for your investments. That way now you're spending no more than 75% of every dollar that you earn, but you're investing a quarter of every dollar that you earn. And now, no matter how much your income is, whether it's 40 grand a year or 400 grand a year, your system is going to scale with you. Number 6, you are financing a car that you cannot afford. At the time of re-recording this video, the average car payment for a new car is $644 a month in America. And if you have a used car, the average payment on that is $488 a month. Now, the person who says it the best is Dave Ramsey, because what he says is act your wage. And if you are now financing a car, that means that you have bought a depreciating liability, a liability that's now losing value, and you're paying interest on something that's losing value. Now, the real cost of a car isn't just your monthly payment, it's the lost opportunity of what you could have done with this money. So let's just take the average of this. So the average of this is $566 a month. If you did not have a car payment now, and you took this $566 a month, and now you are investing it, and you can get a 7% return on your money over the long term. So we're not talking about great returns, just average returns over the long term. And this does not mean that you have to get 7% every year, just over the long term, which is below the average stock market, below the average real estate return. Over the next 45 years, if you start this when you're 21, you will have over $2 million, versus if you just kept buying cars, you got a car which is worth, well, whatever a car is worth, right? There's a lot of money to be made if you just invest this money. And if you can get a better return on your money, if you can get a 10% return on your money, which is closer to the long-term average. So now, instead of having this car payment, you're going to invest this money into whatever you want. Instead of paying $566 a month for your car, you're going to be investing this money. Well, now you're going to have over $5 million, actually close to $6 million, if you can invest this money instead and get a 10% return on your money. Now, what you might be thinking is, Jaspreet, I still need a car. What do you mean? How am I supposed to get around life without a car payment? Yeah, you're absolutely right. I get it, you need a car. But do you really need a $50,000 Benz right now? Instead of having this car payment, go out and sell your car and then buy a used but good working condition car with cash. Drive that around and then invest the difference. And if you think it's not possible, well, I'll tell you that it is, because the first time I made $1 million in a year, I was driving a car that was valued, appraised at right around $500. And today, guess what? I'm still driving that car that's worth around $500. The reason why is because I understand the value of this. I'm investing heavily back into myself and my business, Market Briefs. Now, to be honest, I probably will go out and buy a nicer car sometime soon, but right now I still have employees that drive better cars than I do. And the reason why is because I want to invest this money aggressively. And guess what? When you have this more expensive car, guess what? Your insurance is a lot higher. You got to pay for that premium gas. You got to pay for all these extra fees versus when you have a car that's a little bit more beat up, that's used, but in good working condition. You don't want a car that has a ton of maintenance issues, but you got a good working condition car. Your fees are also a lot less, and now you have more money to invest for your future. And you got to decide, what is it you want? Do you want that Benz so you look rich now? Or do you want that beat up car that way you can actually become rich and afford that Benz without worrying about the cost? Seventh, you're not tracking your money. In business, what we say is if you can't track it, you can't optimize it. And in your personal finances, it works the exact same way. If you don't know where your money is going or where your money is coming from, it's going to be very hard for you to optimize it. And this one doesn't have to be very hard. Instead, what I want you to do is take a piece of paper, take an Excel sheet, do whatever you got to do. I mean, just keep it as simple as you want. I use Google Excel sheets, Google Sheets, whatever they're called, Google Sheets. But it's very simple. Just write down on one side your income. Write down how much money you made. If you have multiple different streams of income, you have a business, you have investments, write them all down. Then below that, write your expenses. Now, in the beginning, this is going to take you a little bit of time because now you're going to go through your credit card statements, you're going to go through your bank statements, you're going to go through your debit card statements, and you're going to have to see where your money is going. Now, the newer credit cards, the newer banks are going to make it a lot easier because they'll categorize it for you. They'll show you how much money is spent on food. You'll see how much money is spent on your housing. You'll see how much money is spent on gas. You'll see how much money is spent on groceries. Now start breaking it down and write all the different expenses that you have. Did you have charity costs that you paid? Did you give money away? Whatever you did with your money, write all of your expenses here. And now when you're looking at this, it's like a report card for yourself. And this can be very hard to do because, when you're in school, you don't like getting your report card back, but now you have to grade yourself. And you want to be honest because the more honest you are, the better that you're going to be able to optimize this. And as soon as you look at this, you don't even got to have any sort of financial education. You are immediately going to understand where your money is going, and you will immediately be able to find ways for you to optimize your money significantly faster. You might find subscriptions that you didn't even know that you had. You might be able to save a couple $100s there a month without even doing anything because you didn't realize that you kept paying for something that you didn't use. And now you're going to see, oh my God, how much money am I spending at restaurants? Oh my God, how much money am I spending on these random things that I didn't need? And now you can start cutting back on the things that were not that important. Now, of course, cutting back is never fun, but it's one aspect to being able to live bigger, because now once you understand how to live below your means, when you start earning more money, when you start focusing on how to increase the income, now you can use your income more effectively because you know how to spend your money. If you enjoyed this shorter clip from our longer videos, here's another clip that I think you'll love. And while you're at it, if you're interested in learning more about how to invest your money in real estate, our team put together an amazing guide on real estate investing. This guide goes over what real estate investing is, how to start using real estate to generate cash flow, and how to build wealth with real estate. This guide is completely free when you sign up for our daily newsletter. So if you want to read our guide on how to start investing your money in real estate, you can download that guide just by clicking that button right over there. Thank you for watching, and as always, keep hustling.